With the pickup being any indicator, it's going to be a little while before we can bale because everything's a little wet this morning. Morning. Welcome to Monday. We're not in a chopper today, so we're going to go get some breakfast real quick. Chopper boys just left the shop. I gotta go chase them with this. I'm the disker man today, at least for this morning. Okay, we finally made it. Colton's up and running. I assume Cam will be here any minute. I'm sure he's stopped to get fuel. As you can see, lots of weeds, very short corn. This poor field, it's so damn short on nitrogen. We were talking about different ways to try and get some put on, and we went, you know what? With corn being worth what it was worth, we didn't figure it was worth putting the money into it. Now, the plan is to take care of this field this winter, you know, manure, stuff like that, get it back actually into true productive ground instead of half productive ground. But yeah, this summer we were just like, you know what, with what fertilizer costs and no more money than we're getting for the silage, there's a good chance we're going to run out of water come late July, early August. Surprise, surprise, we were right there. Mainly because we always do. We're like, it ain't worth putting the money into it. So now they're up and running. Both choppers are going. Colton's doing about 27 miles an hour, looks like. With this field coming off, though, that means all we have left is one pivot. Granted, it's 3/4 of a pivot, and it's a big pivot, but that's all we have. Oh, nope, and 20 acres of flood. I forgot about our no-till experiment. That worked pretty damn good. So by the time I disc ends and burn through a drone battery, they're basically done. If they had all the trucks, one round of trucks would have wiped out that entire field. But they're missing 2 of ours. The first 2 just showed up. And 1 custom truck. Yeah, because the other one that wasn't there just got there. So they're down 3 trucks. They would have easily finished that field if they had another 3 trucks. Told them, all right, guys, I'm out of here. Holler at me when you need me at the next one. I'm gonna go check the hay. Hoping we can start here pretty soon. So we're getting down to the end of the year silage-wise, and now it's becoming all the small pits for local cow-calf guys. Well, a lot of guys get a little nervous that their chopper guy isn't gonna make it, or it's tied up with this and that. We've had guys we chop for call other people, you know, worried about us not making it in time. Just had the instance this weekend of local that we don't usually chop for. We've done some for, but not always. They have multiple pits. We usually chop one pit, another guy chops another pit. They were kind of worried their guy wasn't going to make it. Well, they heard from him today. It's all taken care of, so we don't have to worry about that job. Which means, as of right now, which, yeah, this came out of nowhere, so this would have been one. As of right now, if nobody else calls for any more corn work, today and tomorrow we'll finish up our corn harvest. It'll be 100% of our owned acres chopped and 100% of our custom acres that we're doing chopped. And it'll be all forage sorghum from here. But I know of 2 additional pits that are debating on what to do. So it's not a guarantee that we're done with corn, but with that one pit being taken care of, all we have left is 2 potentials. There's an outside chance we'll be done with corn tomorrow. I'm gonna come feel this, see how close we are. That's not far off. It's still damp, so give it another 20 minutes or so. The old Texas Skyball is doing its thing. Hush. Alright. Now for the reason that I'm not on silage crew, because I am on hay crew. But it's still a little wet. So, what I'm going to do is take this to the shed, throw some grease at it, maybe go put some fuel in it, and by then, we'll give it a try. That took way longer than it should have, but I was almost out of twine on the one side, so that added close to an hour. I was hoping to have time to clean the windows, but I better get going. Saturday I had 10 acres I needed to get baled right as the little shower was moving in. My last couple passes made a complete mess of everything. But I got the hay done. That's what's important. Now hopefully what's inside the baler will come out. Get a heavy wet bale that doesn't want to slide, then you have kind of issues. But I think we'll be okay. It was just a little sprinkle and it was 2 days ago, so it should be fine, right? The hay is way too tough, so I'm gonna take advantage, put some fuel in. I got some glass cleaner. See if we can't fix this. Okay, we made a determination. Try it again after lunch. That's the bad part of a dew that's damn near heavy enough to be called a rain. It is very hard to decide when to try to bale. There we go. Now I'm seeing some teams. I'm telling you, man, it makes a world of difference. I see a neighbor baling, gives me a little more confidence. 2.5 hours. That's what it took to do this half circle. Bart, I think I talked about it earlier, he had to go fix the truck, and then when he came back, he hollered at me, "You want me to bring the baler?" I go, "No, I'm all but done with the good hay." And I just got a Snapchat from the chopping crew. They were starting on the next field, so I go, honestly, you'd probably be of more value going and helping them discing ends. So he went that way. I finished this up. Now we've got a corner of weeds here and a couple of windrows back behind me on the other corner. We'll be done baling for the day. I was just watching the latest weather updates from that meteorologist to get the emails from. It looks like as early as noon or 1 o'clock tomorrow we could have rain showing up around here. So having to shut down early on silage today could bite us in the ass because they're going to have a decent chunk left. And it might also mean we need to actually bale tonight instead of waiting for the dew to burn off tomorrow, because that might not be enough time. Here's the latest fun-filled project in the shop, starting to get the zern heads ready. As you can see, this one needs a new door. Mother Nature ripped that off last year. Right out back. Had it parked out there, wind one day just broke that door in half. And I don't know if you absolutely have to have them, but I really don't want a bunch of cropping stuff getting inside of there. I don't know. But I know a lot of you are new here, so this is what we use to cut forage sorghum, because the row heads like we cut corn with sometimes don't like it so much. So it's basically a swather, because that's what the inside of the swather looks like, the knives. The big auger in the back feeds it all to the middle. These guys, when they actually work, they're perfectly lined up. So there's two sets of them here. So one, obviously a little cutting action between the two blades. You get it. That is to keep crop from building up on the end of your header. When they are working, it's great. Sometimes they are a nightmare to get started. These headers just, they're not great. They're good, but they're not great. Let's just say it leaves a whole lot to be desired. But with no signs of anybody being around anytime soon. Good God. Thought that was gonna fall down the way that sounded. With no signs of anybody gonna be around anytime soon, I'm gonna go ahead and close up the doors. Just because all too often we leave them open, get a gust of wind come through, and make a mess of this place. And Glennie just swept it out yesterday, so I'd like to keep it clean. Came to check on the silage boys, and Colton just informed me he's broke down. Something on his spout just snapped, which, awesome. Holy crap, I wonder who got buried there. Damn! I told them it was going to be soft down here. But yeah, so you combine his spout broken, Cameron's got an ECU issue that we got to get figured out. I know Bart was on the phone with McPherson this morning, or was at least trying to get on the phone with him. He kept getting voicemail to figure out what we need to do about it. And he's also got a fuel leak. His tank looks like it has a crack in it. And he says it's slowly getting worse. So we got to haul ass, go grab our chopper. 3:30. I'm going to run for like an hour and a half. Then we have to be shut down. Oh well. Whatever. Tally ho. All right, honey. Here we go. My header is all unhooked, but they didn't back away, so let this warm up for a minute while I go hook everything up. Northbound we are. Northbound we are. How about northbound we're headed, or northbound we're going? But no, we're gonna go with northbound we are. Sure, why not? That's on it. Anywho, before my own stupidity derailed this video, may have just found the video title right there. I filled up with fuel and DEF the other day when I got done. The machine is blown off. It's not been sharpened or cut a bar set, but for 2 hours it'll be perfectly fine. But if you think back a couple videos now, we got rained out when we quit the other day. So these things all just went to the field kind of as is. So I do know if I'm running tomorrow, this thing needs air filters blown out. It needs grease. It needs a little bit of loving if we're going to run tomorrow. More than likely, I think I'm going to run tomorrow. Man, I had all these hopes and ambitions of getting some other farming stuff done. But this is by far a priority, especially with the chance of rain coming. My mustache is itchy. Okay. Northbound we are. Hi, Cameron. Bye, Cameron. Yeah, I don't think Cameron's having a fun day. Well, here comes the silver bullet. Trevor just texted, Fireball is out, the red Pete. So, silver, white and blue. The new guy, the new Hitchcock. Not a new guy. It's actually a very experienced guy driving that one. What else? Mondo. Mondo's coming back still. 4 trucks. Cleaned up that quarter. Got a little hole punched here. Cameron's ready to punch one there. Yeah, I mean, overall, acre-wise and tonnage-wise, about kind of what we expected today. Not bad, not bad. Last field, pretty hit and miss, but it is double crop, so I'm actually pretty impressed with it. Inside 2 towers already done. Pretty good hole punched here on the outside. It's time to go home. Apparently we started 4th cutting hay today. That's a little problematic since we're only 2/3, 3/4 done with 3rd cutting. It's gonna be really hard to keep track of the bales now. I cut a whole 4 loads. I'm not too concerned about blowing this thing off. Yeah, let's go see what's wrong with Colton's. Got some new calves, don't quite know what a feed bunk is. So Cameron and I are literally throwing them some hay. Basically, those are newer calves. Haven't quite figured out how the feed bunk works and how delicious it is. So you throw out some hay to them because they understand hay. They see you do it. A couple of them come running up going, hey, what's going on? And then the whole pen comes running up. Hi, Justin. Okay, chopper 2 is down and out. We got issues with the spout we got to figure out. Chopper 3 has a fuel leak, but if we keep them under half a tank, we're going to be okay. Pretty sure I said it earlier, but when I say we are limping to the finish line, we are limping to the finish line. We've got, let's just call it 30 acres left where we're at, plus 20 acres of a flood field. Corn will be done unless I heard tonight the potential of a new pit, and that's only going to be like 60 acres and down the road. We'll know more about that as time goes. Right now though, I'm running home. I need to get some food. It's 7:30. I need to get some food, take a shower, and gear up because humidity is already here. I see 2 balers, 3 balers already running. Oh, okay, maybe not a shower. We're gonna go get some food, head to the field. But as for you guys, I will see you in the next video, which for me is gonna be half an hour. For you is gonna be either 2 or 3 days. I'll catch you in the next one, all right? See ya.